All right, it's time to get into the Spigen cases for the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 4. So let's go ahead and take a look at them. Now, don't think this is all of the cases, all right? I think they make more than this, if I'm not mistaken. So the ones that are missing, well, shout to Spigen, they did send me this package. But if there are certain ones that are missing, let me know in the comment section down below. I'll order them myself. I get them up in here so we can review them, all right? So today, what we have is the Airskin, the Tough Armor, and the Thin Fit Ring My Sketch, all right? So yeah, we're going to look at that. I'm not sure what that is, but we're going to get into it, all right? So let's go ahead and let's start off with the Tough Armor, all right? And then for the air skins, we'll install those a little bit later and show you the different colors and everything like that, all right? So let's just go ahead and get into the Spigen air skin here. So let's go ahead and get into it. And I did choose the blue color because this might go with my blue Z Flip 4. I'm not 100% sure. So nothing else in the packaging. All right. You don't get any adhesive, no anything in the packaging. So, okay, you get some adhesive actually on the case itself. So that's how Spigen is giving it up when it comes to this. All right. So this is going to be a two-part case. You're going to have a if you know what the old Thin Fit, if you guys know what the old Spigen Thin Fit back in the day, man, I still got one on my work 7 Plus. My iPhone 7 is my work phone. This is the exact kind of material that it's made out of, man. So you get like a plastic, but yet it has a very soft touch to it. So of course, it's going to be a two-part case. So you know the first thing that we got to do is we have to get the plastic off, the friction pads. Now, you only have two when it comes to this case. You got one right here and you have one right there. So not a lot of friction pads. So let's see if it actually does the job when we are talking about sticking on the device, all right? And then also, you got two over there as well. So let's go ahead and let's get that out of there. So for the bottom half, let's go ahead and grab the phone. Let's pop the bottom half in. Always like to press those areas where that adhesion pad is. And you can see that this is a different color. So if you're buying this to match your blue Z Flip 4, it is a slightly different color. All right, so let's go ahead and grab the top end and let's go ahead and flip it. All right, like I said, pressing those areas where those friction pads are. So hopefully it can give you a little bit or better, you know, kind of adhesion when it comes to the friction pad. So here it is, all right? And a case like this is going to keep your phone very thin, all right? That's why it's called air skin. Because the thing about it, man, with the Flip, it's already thin. I don't want to make my Flip any more bulkier than it already has to be. So definitely feeling this, all right? So on the top side, you see you don't get any hinge protection, so your hinge will be out. So always make a note of that. On the right side, you just get a cutout for both your power button and your fingerprint scanner and your volume up and down. So no buttons that you have to press or anything. Other side completely closed. Flipping it over on the bottom, you see all of your microphones are cut out for your speakers, cut out for that Type-C. And on the back, you have nothing. Plain Jane there on the back. And flipping it over to the front, you see you do get that cutout for the display and you get the individual cutout for the flash. Now, when you're talking about the front, we always like to check to see if those cameras are recessed in there, and they are recessed down in the camera, so you definitely should be good to go. When you're talking about putting it down or anything like that, it's going to be fine. You're not going to have any issues. If you were to just slam it down like that, you'll definitely be good. All right, so next, let's go ahead and flip it open. And we always like to talk about if it has any type of lip on the front screen. Now, although most of the time when you drop it, hopefully, well, you don't never want to drop your phone, but if you do have to drop it, hopefully it's closed and it don't land on the hinge, all right? Hopefully it kind of falls on one of these corners and you might, you know, can absorb the drop a little bit. But when we are talking about it being open, you don't really get any type of lip that goes around this case, all right? This is going to be basically the equivalent of a very thin case on a phone. So you're not going to get a bunch of protection when you're talking about around your phone. This is a thin case. Look how thin the profile is of the Flip, all right? We're not adding a bunch of thickness to this, so definitely don't get much when we're talking about a little lip that goes around the screen. Now, let's go ahead and get into the key point, man, the pull and tug test when it comes to these cases, because we always know the challenges of cases that are foldables, flippables. They'll come apart, you know what I mean? So let's go ahead and apply our pressure. Let's go ahead and start off with light pressure. All right, light, nothing is budging. Let's go medium. Okay. All right, now let's go hardcore pressure trying to get this apart. All right, so you had to use hardcore pressure to get this apart, which means if you're just regularly trying to use that word, man. If you just use your phone on the regular, let's keep it simple. If you use your phones on the regular, nobody really pulling and tugging on their phone like that. But I like to show you that so you can see how good these friction pads actually are when it comes to this case. And speaking, you have some very good friction pads because I got to hunker down on this to even be able to pull it apart. So that's a good job there. You're not going to pull this apart by just regularly using it. You really got to squeeze it to be able to pull it apart. All right. And when you're talking about it coming on the phone, very easy to get off. It's going to have these little relief cuts on the corner. Any case like that usually means it is very simple to get off. Now, the bottoms are on pretty good, all right? The bottoms are actually on very well. And actually, be careful because I think I may have cracked the case taking it out. So be very careful. I put extreme stress on it. You don't have to worry about this right here because you're not going to be taking your case on and off. But I think I may have started to kind of crack it a little bit. But that's due to me, not the case. That's due to me taking it on and off. And I was squeezing it. And when I pulled it off, I squeezed it and it bent it a little bit. So that's why that's there. So just be careful. But very nice when using this case. Even though it does come off easy, I don't think this is anything that's going to come off in your pocket or do anything like that. So good job when it comes to the fit of the AirSkin, all right? And bringing that wireless charging over here, popping it down on wireless charge. Of course, it works just fine with wireless charging, all right? So this is going to be the Spigen AirSkin right here. That's what we are working with. Now let me also grab the other colors that we have over here. Let's see what we got. We got a purple and we got a clear. All right, so let's just go through the colors real fast and let me pop them up there so you can see what they look like. All right, here is the purple, kind of like a lavender type color. So if that's what you want to rock out with, that's a smooth little color as well. If this is something that you might want to go with. All right, so these cases are basically going to hide the color of your flip, except you can see the color hinge that you're working with, but that's in the sides over here. So kind of match the phone up to match your hinge or the sides if that's what you choose. But this is going to be that purple, very nice lavender look if you're a purple person. All right, and before we slap the clear on it, I want to make a note that the clear cases actually doesn't have any adhesion pads or anything like that. So I think it's going to just rely strictly on the snap of the actual case on the phone. And yeah, it's up there. Yep, good job Spigen with this clear case right here. This is going to be a popular one right here amongst the people, man. Very thin, keeps it clear, doesn't use any type of pads, and just nice, keeping things very minimal, all right? So this is going to be the clear Spigen AirSkin right here. This right here is a solid choice, especially if you want to keep things thin and show off the color of that phone. All right, next up, let's go ahead and take a look at the thin fit ring. All right, and this is definitely going to be something different. Now I'm not sure what this case is exactly, but yeah, you got some different stuff going on. So let's see what's going on. Let's read some directions right here. So it says installation, bottom pallet, all right, removal. Okay, so are you supposed to actually put the pads in here? Is that what you want to do? This is going to be a protective film, Spigen protective film. So I'm not sure if this is like a screen protector or is it supposed to protect your actual phone and put it on the screen. You know what I mean? I'm not 100% sure. I'll let you guys see if I can find out and actually talk about that. All right. So we're going to leave these here. Let's see if we actually can install this and see if we need these. These might just be like little screen protectors that goes in your case. So we're going to put that to the side, man. Let's go ahead and take a look at this case right here. So this is going to be a very thin case. You can see it's kind of like an ultra hybrid if you can have so. And it really mimics what they have going on with the Apple, not the Apple, but the Samsung silicone case where it actually has that ring if you choose so. But this ring you can't take off. This ring is up here and it's not going anywhere. All right. So let's just go ahead and pop the top in, all right, and then we're gonna pop the bottom in, boom, and there we go. All right, so this is just like a clear version up there, very sturdy. All right, so when we talking about the cutouts, yeah, so I think this right here is gonna go here. I think you might want to protect it, and then this one right here will go like this, and you can see it kind of has the same layout if you want to protect your phone itself. So I think that's a pretty cool addition that Spigen put. They added up in there. So as you can see, you see the cutout of that front display. You get the individual cutout of the actual flash. On that right side, you get your cutouts. No buttons to press. Nothing on the other side. The back is going to be completely shut. And on the bottom, you see you do get those cutouts for your microphones and everything like that. And you know your cameras are recessed down in there, all right? popping the opening, seeing if it has any type of lip. Now it does have a little material that goes over the edge, but I wouldn't classify anything as like any type of drop protection. All right, just they gave us a little lip. That's the protection that goes around the edge of it, and that's probably all you get. So don't really bank on it too much if this thing actually took a spill. All right, treat this as a very minimal case. That's why I treat all these cases for the flip as a very minimal case. All right, now let's go ahead and do the pull and tug test. All right, I'm pretty sure this is already going to take heavy pull to get this off because I was already messing with it and it wasn't going anywhere. So let's do light. All right, light ain't going nowhere. I swear I feel like I'm gonna pull my phone apart. Medium. All right, that was almost strong. I think I might have went to light to strong right there, and this is, yeah, this is not coming off. I'm taking screenshots and stuff. This phone ain't, this case ain't coming off. All right, this thing has not budged one time with it being on. All right, so that's a very, very good look when you were talking about this case. It's up there, and then when you're talking about popping it off, it does seem like it's, yeah, so you got to kind of bear down. You hear that snap? That's a very nice, confident snap. All right, so this case is up here. All right, like you almost got to be careful. I would say try bending it and then taking it off to make sure you're not putting any strain on the actual hinge. So yeah, this case is up here. All right, so that's what we're going to say about that. That case is up there, no doubt. How it feel in your hands, it's going to be a clear case. So of course, you're going to be able to leave fingerprints and stuff, but I feel like it's not doing, yeah, it's still getting the fingerprints up there. I wouldn't say it's like anti-fingerprint or anything like that. Dropping down on wireless charging, you see it works just fine with wireless charging, man. So yeah, this is basically going to be the clear, thin fit with the ring. I always say for my people who want to use rings. Also, one thing I'm a little worried about is I wonder if this silicone around this ring will yellow over time, because it's not really coming across on camera, but I don't know. I feel like it already looks a little bit discolored. So that is something to think about when we're talking about running this case. But let's go ahead and try to get this off this phone so we don't try to. All right, there we go. I got the top side off. Oh man, this case is tough to get off. All right, there we go. All right, and now let's get the second half off. All right. Goodness, this case is a fight to get off. You hear me? Like, but this is what I want to show you guys, man, that you gotta, goodness gracious. All right, so there's the case off of the phone. All right, I don't know if this thing is going back up there for the thumbnail, because this bad boy is up there. So if you want a clear case, you want the ring, and you want a case that's not gonna budge on your phone, then definitely check out the thin fit with the ring, man. This thing here is it's crazy. All right, last but not least, let's go ahead and take a look at the OG Tough Armor. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at it, man. So we already know when it comes to the OG to land, the Tough Armor is going to be one of them. You get your instructions, you get some more little friction pads if that's what you need. If you're a person who takes the phone, you know, constantly on and off and on and off, then you might need those friction pads. But let's go ahead and get to it, and let's go ahead and take a look at it. All right, so first things first, is going to have 2 stickers to remove. So let's go ahead and peel those right now. So let's go ahead and remove this one. And this has a lot of stickers, so it's telling me that this case isn't going anywhere once I get it on this phone. All right, and then we're going to sit here and take off all of these little stickers. All right, this is always a process when you're talking about being on camera, taking all these stickers off. So they're coming off fairly easy. So here it is. This is going to be the Spigen Tough Armor for the Z Flip 4. Now you see on this case we are getting that hinge protection. All right, so this is probably going to be the most heavy duty protection that you can get from the Flip for the Flip 4. I don't make sure I was saying that right, but let's go ahead and pop the phone in here, and let's go ahead and take a look around. Let's slide it up there. Let's get our little presses going around it. All right, and yeah, this bad boy right here. Now this right here can take some drops. All right, this right here is taking some drops. So let's go ahead and take a look around it, man. So on the top side, you see you do get that hinge protection on that top side, and I always like to play with the hinge mechanism because sometimes they get bound up. So this one kind of has an area that pops up and then it gets back flush and it works fine. So good job doing this hinge when we were talking about this case. I always am leery about some of these because back in the day, this right here wasn't such a smooth process with some of these hinge type cases. All right, so that's going to be protected. And flipping it over on the side, everything's protected. You're going to get a little bit of Tough Armor branding here. Cutouts for your buttons, nothing there. all your accurate cutouts on the bottom for your speaker and everything like that. And there's nothing on the back except a little bit of Spigen branding. And of course, you know those cameras are deeply recessed in there. So you definitely don't have to worry about anything when you're talking about dropping this phone down on the table. All right. So let's go ahead and flip it over. And even with all of that bulk, does it have a little lip that goes around it? And it actually does have a tiny lip that goes around it. So if you're a person who likes to keep your phone open, you like to set it down, I could actually feel the cushion right there of it actually sitting on these corners. So it does have a little lip that goes all the way around it. It does kind of stops right here when it comes to the buttons because it's a cutout. But this does have this material that goes on top. So when you're putting it down, you can definitely tell that it is resting on the actual case itself. So you shouldn't have anything to worry about. All right. Now, pull and tug test. Let's see what the Tough Armor got. Let's see if it can pass the pull and tug test. So let's go with light pull. All right. Nothing on light. Let's go medium. Nothing on medium. That was medium going into full strength. Now this is full strength. All right. So you can get it apart. But you really got to pull. We're talking about full strength of pull to get this apart. So once again, if you're just using, so this is what I'm talking about. So always got to make sure that hinge, I feel like if you do it too quick, it might get bound, you know, might get caught up. But that one might have been a little mishap that got caught up right there. But you are going to have to put in some serious strength to get this off as well. So Spigen, good job on the cases here, man. We're not popping off so easy, all right? Let's drop it down on wireless charger. Even with this case being a little bit thick, it works just fine with wireless charger. And how does it feel in your hands? It definitely feels like you got some weight to it, all right? This definitely adds a little bit of thickness. All right, you know it is a thin profile, but this added a little bit of thickness to it, but this is going to give you that protection. This is going to give you hinge protection. You definitely should be good in the event that you were to drop this, all right? So that's going to be the Tough Armor. Let me dig down here, man. This is going to be the air skin right here. And this is going to be the thin fit with the mag, all right? So make sure y'all check out any of these cases. I will leave the link down below so you can grab them. And if you have a Z Fold 4, I'll also put that link above because, yo, the Z Fold 4 cases are very good from Spigen as well that I reviewed. But you already know if you made it to the end of the video, man, let me see those flex emojis. Y'all be safe. Catch you on the next one. Later.